Right. What's good, Flex Nation? It's your boy Curtis, aka Flex, coming to you with another episode of What's Up Wednesday. If you don't know what's going on with What's Up Wednesday is when we actually come on here, we talk about whatever topic is the topic for the week, and we kind of have a discussion for, say, 15, 20, maybe half an hour. If it goes on longer and the conversation gets good, we'll go on as long as we possibly could. I apologize to anybody last week that was on the live stream and of course, while I'm doing the live stream, my computer decided to restart and lost my live stream. So I'll apologize from now. But like I said, every week we're going to try to do a different topic. This topic for this week is currently in wrestling. Doesn't matter if it's right now. I'll stick with just WWE, AEW, and Impact. Those are the ones that I pay attention to the most. Those are the most well known. If you know any other companies, let me know in the chat or let me know in the aftermath of this whole live stream. But again, that is going to be the topic. If you guys do or do not know, I try to put a poll on my community section of my channel just to get an idea of what you guys really want to talk about, and hopefully you guys will pay attention to the community part of my channel. Again, if you don't know about that, you just make sure you check on the channel and then you go to the poll for that. As well, I have to say that if you do or do not know or remember that this month is mustache or for the whole prostate thing, there's a good fundraiser that I'm actually participating in, trying to raise some funds for prostate cancer and prostate cancer awareness, and it's called the mustache. I think can't remember exactly what the name is. I'll put a link in the actual description of this channel. I'll also try to make sure I have something better on my actual community page as well. Because, like I said, I'll be putting a lot more things on the community page, and that will be more of a way, besides making a video, how I'm going to communicate with you guys as well. So, like I said, make sure if you have the ability to donate, make sure you donate if you just want to make some kind of awareness. Right, I'm not trying to raise anything huge. Just trying to raise about $50 and really try to do my part. So, anyways, like I said, we're doing this for, or this one today is going to be about What's Up Wednesday. Is going to be about wrestling. So, if you're a wrestling fan, I hope you are. Let me know what you guys think or uh, what you feel is going on with the wrestling. As you can see here, I have my championship belt from the last time they were in Toronto here, where I'm located, and it's been a while. So as you can see, it's still red. And if you do or do not know, the Universal Championship is actually blue right now. So yes, that is a little bit old. As I said, the Universal Championship is blue right now, but that is what I got, and that's what I've received since the last time they've been here in Toronto. So, anyways, like I said, the topic today is currently in wrestling. Like I said, if you want to, speak your mind, let me know in the chat section. Let me know aftermath if you were watching this after the live stream. Let me know what your thoughts on wrestling. For me, right now, I am a little bit on the fence. Right now, my problem with everything is that AEW is pretty much scooping up all the wrestlers that WWE has let go of. And then my problem with WWE is that they're letting go of so many wrestlers. And I'm not even just talking like, wrestlers that you could afford to just let go and bypass. We're talking like big time wrestlers. Like we got Bray Wyatt that was going with the Fiend thing. We had Tyra Valkyrie that was actually just starting to get her stuff started, and she got let go. Quite a few other guys, and like I said, I would like to know what you guys think of all these things that was happening. One thing I do like what happened in Impact. If through like Impact doesn't really give me surprises. So what surprised me with Impact is what when Moose cashed in his uh, I forget what exactly they call the term, but I think pick or whatever the thing is called, and you basically get to make a match whenever you want for whatever title, and he chose to get the Impact World Championship. So that was good for Moose. It was good to see that, and Iconics. That well, they were called the Iconics, but I think they're called the Influence. I believe, something like that. Is they just joined Impact and they became the tag team champions. So big things are happening in wrestling, but I'm kind of again on the fence on what exactly they're planning on doing. I feel like WWE is really I don't know if they're, I would say they're changing in the right direction, but they're going in a direction that really doesn't make any sense to me. So, like I said, I would love to know what you guys are, what your thought is. Like I said, if you're catching this off of the live stream and not on live, I'd love to have that conversation with you in the comment section. But like I said, if you are here right now, I'd love to have that conversation. Uh, like I said, right now, even in AEW is doing a real good job. I would say that every episode, whether it be Dynamite or on Rampage, you're always catching something that will catch your eye and kind of like make your eyes pop out of your head because again, you don't expect them to do what they do, and even when it comes to cussing, because again, whether you like it or not, there is children watching, and both of these guys, more again AEW, they're really letting the wrestlers like speak their voice, and for some people, it's good to be on a mic for example, because again, a part of wrestling is being able to speak and intimidate and draw people in, etc., etc. And I think that not censoring people when it comes to the words they use, the vocabulary, it kind of gives them the ability to actually speak their mind, speak freely, whether it be using cuss words, whatever. It actually gives them the ability to again portray whatever they're trying to say. Because again, if you're going to be a heel, you can't be a heel, but again, not using cuss words. Okay, cuss words is something that's taboo, as in you being intellectually what's the word I'm looking for? You being the bully, and the bully always uses things that are going to bully people. And what is the most intimidating thing is to use cuss words to be more big and intimidating, and give off a presence that is more scary. So again, I think that them giving people less handcuffs and less censorship gives them the ability to actually say whatever exactly they want to say and not feel that they have to hold everything in. Hi, Jennifer. Good to see you, babe. As you see, I'm here talking and giving my impression on what's going on in the state of wrestling. As you see, I have my belt right there. As I will say to the people, it's red and not blue like the actual current belt is. But as you do know yourself, wrestling has not been in Toronto for a while, so I don't have the blue Universal Championship. I'd love to have the black one, which is the World Heavyweight Championship. But again, like I just said, they haven't. They're not. I don't think they're even planning on coming to Toronto anytime soon. I think most of their live shows, besides Saudi Arabia, has been in the general United States of America, which is, again, this is where most of all the things are participating and happening, anyways. So I'm not surprised that exactly. And if you guys don't know, I'm a big fan, so I always like buying the shirts, and I always get my girlfriend a shirt too, as she's describing. So I'm always trying to bring in more stuff and take things more wrestling. So if I could get more wrestling stuff, if anybody's catching this that works for WWE, come back to Toronto so I can start purchasing more stuff, and so my girlfriend could get her shirts too, because we all want our shirts. Anyways, like I said, I'm hoping that more people will jump on here, give their impression on wrestling, give their ideas and what do you think they could change. I ain't saying that I got any hookups, but it'd be nice to have a conversation with fellow wrestling fans and get an idea on what exactly they think and what they like. Like I said before, I'll be here as long as the conversation is good. So right now it's been 10 minutes, and again, I'll apologize for last week. Uh, just cutting off so abruptly. I'm thinking of actually making what last week's topic another topic in the poll. Make sure you check out the poll and give your impressions. Again, check out the community page. Apparently, that's where the only place where you're able to see these polls, but community page of it, and usually in the news feed of the channels, you'll be able to see it as well. And my son is watching as well, saying hi, Daddy. What's up, big guy? Hope you're doing well. Daddy's proud of you. So yeah, like I said, I'm hoping that big things are coming in the wrestling world. I hope to see more changes, which is always good to see. You know, things always can't be the same. And, you know, once you've been watching wrestling for, say, 5, 10, maybe even 15 years, which is where I'm approaching and further, there's kind of not really much that will surprise you. You kind of pretty much seen everything. So when something catches you off guard and something you just didn't expect, that's a good thing. And I haven't really experienced that much anymore with WWE. There, every once in a while, they might catch me with something that where I'm like, wow. I did not see that coming at all. Where AEW, for example, they're catching me with something, if not every week, every other week, and just the leaps and bounds and the how far they'll go to get your get your attention. I'll say it's becoming more and more prevalent in the wrestling culture. And one thing I've seen is the things that I'll say people has frowned upon. They've kind of swayed backwards, where before they were kind of like trying to push it in your face. I don't know if that was a good thing or a bad thing. I will not go into details on what I'm talking about, but there's things that was really testy in the waters of AEW that they really I don't know whether they're putting it more in their dark matches, which if you don't know, their dark matches more of things that they have actually a YouTube channel where they put a lot of their matches that they don't show on TV. So they put a lot of that stuff on there, and I think that the things that were controversial and what they wanted to take off of TV, they kind of pretty much just threw into the background. Whether that be good and bad at the same time, that is what I've noticed. Troy, what's going on, brother? What's up Wednesday with you? What's going on with you right now? As you see, the channel right now, we are talking about wrestling. As you see, my belt is right there behind me. It is not the current belt if you do or do not know about wrestling, but you know, I got what I got anyways. Yes, I that is something that I was kind of devastated to see uh over the last weekend there is that Sean Roden died, and again that's going into a whole new topic, but I will touch on it because it's something that I've wondered. Because again, even in wrestling, there's a lot of guys that are into bodybuilding. I don't know what is going on right now when it comes to bodybuilders just dying. You know, especially when bodybuilding and just body and fitness as a whole, it's all about you staying healthy. And even in the wrestling world, you staying healthy is one of the biggest things in mind where you're trying to stay as healthy as you possibly can. And when you are again, you can't change. You can't predict heart attacks. This is apparently what has happened to Sean Roden, is that he had a heart attack. But again, when your body is massively say taxed or taxing an actual heart, it's bound to happen, and this is something that you kind of unfortunately sign up for getting into the game. Is that you kind of will outgrow your body will outgrow your organs, and unfortunately, I think that is basically what had happened to Sean Roden, is that his heart. I'm not gonna say he had a small heart, but I think that his body just outgrew his heart. If you've seen this guy, I have seen this guy personally at one of the wrestling shows, at one of the bodybuilding shows, the Toronto Pro Show. I met him personally, uh, and shook his hand. And like I said, even at not at Olympia size, this guy was still a big jack dude. So, I am saddened that it's happened. Another one has died again. I did not know Victor Richards. I'm gonna have to look up Victor Richards. I've not personally have known him. Me, am I natty? I am as natty as can be, bro. If I had steroids, I ain't using it properly because I wish that unfortunately more people would be more aware on Maurice, what's going on, brother? How you doing? How's it going on your end? I am doing well. Like I was saying, that the topic today is wrestling, but we're also talking about unfortunately a few deaths that is unfortunately happening in the bodybuilding world, and hopefully this will be the end. To what Troy is just telling me here, there's another gentleman that unfortunately has died as well. So and I'm happy to hear that you guys are natty. We try to again. We're health is wealth. I'll say, and our health should be the number one thing that we're aiming for when we are again trying to get into this fitness business, our fitness world. Whether you're powerlifting, bodybuilding, all the above, being natty is should be top of mind. Natty is basically not using steroids, not using anything, any performance enhancement, drugs, no anything. Everything you lift is coming out of your natural skill and strength. Everything you achieve physically, I won't say mentally, but physically, is all straight you just putting pure dedication. That is basically what being natty is. You have no performance enhancement, drugs, no nothing. And Kevin, I haven't seen Kevin in a while. I unfortunately I don't know if Kevin has something against me, but I've seen him pop up on a few other guys' channels, and I haven't seen. Safe to say, yes, you are natty. If you, again, you are not using any performance. You are natty. So if you're natty, which is basically short for natural, basically saying you're not using stuff. If you're not natty, that means you are on stuff and you are doing things to enhance yourself. So unless you're surprising me with some new drug treatments, you are natty. So like I was saying about Kevin, unfortunately, Kevin, I haven't seen him in a while. I would say even over a year. But I've seen him pop up every once in a while on other people's channels. I don't know if he's just not giving too much time to YouTube as a whole or not. Even when I look at his channel, like checking out his page and stuff, the last video I've seen of him has been at least a year or so. So I don't know if he's just on just to, you know, watch stuff or I don't know his personally his participation and everything. But I haven't really noticed him. I would love to reach out to him in some capacity and really say what's or see what's going on with him, and hopefully he's doing well. As you guys know, he's living in Florida, and Florida, uh, for an older gentleman like himself, it's not being very nice and smart when it comes to unfortunately what's happening in the world. So some people might want to just, stay back and stay away from certain things. Well, as I was saying, I would love to know if you guys personally here, you, Maurice, you, Troy, you guys, big wrestling fans or wrestling fans at all? Where's Crystal? Crystal, I believe I have seen her. She is actually seems to be getting better now. I think last time I saw something of her on Instagram, she's actually using crutches now. So she's actually has the ability to start walking, not fully back to where she was before, as I've discussed in other live streams and stuff. She is getting better though. That she is on, I believe, on crutches and trying to do light exercises, light work to try to bring back. As you know, if you're not mobile on certain muscles and body groups, your muscles tend to atrophy and not be able to perform the way they would if you were just moving on a regular basement on a regular basis. So I believe that she is working on getting herself back into just mobile thing, normal mobility. Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. Yeah, Sean and Victor, they were. I don't know. It's just this weird thing, and it's again these are guys that are even though they are not 100% as you want to call them natty, it's just strange to see that they are going down the way they're going down, and like nothing's gonna be as bad as the gentleman, I can't remember his name on the top of my head right now, that choked on a piece of meat. Now I know that we are eating, we eat to fuel our systems, but to choke on a piece of meat, that is unfortunate, and I feel bad for him and his family. But it's just it doesn't make any sense that these things that we do on a daily basis, something like again eating food. How big of a piece of steak could he have been eaten for him to choke to the point of death? Our body really tries to, if you swallow something bad, especially if you're eating around people. I don't know if he was eating around friends or whatever, but the Heimlich. There's ways to dislodge a piece of meat out of your throat, and to die that way, that sucked. To die from a heart attack, that sucks. It's just all these little things that you would kind of graze over like it was nothing. You kind of sucks to see that these gentlemen are dying the way they are. Yeah, well, see, that's exactly what I'm talking about, guys. I do miss those guys. I really wish that they were on as much as they used to be. I miss seeing them. Well, choking on a hot dog, that's unfortunate, but see, you're still alive from choking on a hot dog. Now, imagine a piece of steak. How big of a piece of steak would you have to be eating for it to choke or for it to go down, get itself lodged to the point where it blocks all sense of air and you dying from it? That's the big question. And if you are eating a steak that is not like, say it's medium rare or rare, you should have cooked your meat a little bit better. It's unfortunate again that that's what happened. And you guys, I truly agree. Some of the live streams that we used to have was great. I think that unfortunately for YouTube, I'll just say YouTube, it has really changed where the big guys like off the top of my head, Chris Jones and all those guys, they really kind of, I won't even say came off, but they're not really doing YouTube like they are. Even the biggest other fitness guys, they haven't done YouTube like they are, and I think a lot of people have came away from YouTube, and it's unfortunate. I think that there is still a lot that we could there's still a lot we could do on the platform, but unfortunately, I think that the platform has changed, and I won't say it's dwindling or going worse or getting better or whatever the case might be. But I think that you know people are just not into making this stuff anymore. And had this conversation with my girlfriend. I think that a lot of things, not even just YouTube as a whole, is changed where people are not really focusing on, and I am going off a topic here, but I think people are really not focusing on making, full-fledged videos anymore. They're not making, say, 4, 5, 6, 7 minute videos anymore. They're more into making 15-second, 30-second, and 60-second clips. And if you have guys haven't noticed, even for me myself, most of my videos have been shorts right now because again, shorts is what people are watching. They're not really paying attention to you da for half an hour. Because some of these guys, if you have a good following, you can pull off a half an hour video and people will watch it with all attention, all attention grabbing. But when it comes to when it because of TikTok and a lot of other guys like that, or not guys, because of TikTok and Instagram and a lot of other platforms in that sense, and Snapchats and yeah, all of those like that. People are not paying attention to the way they used to, and unfortunately, it's where we're at. Have you started to follow Afro Tank again? I have. He's back on YouTube. All right, okay. See, I asked you about that the last time, Troy, about Afro Tank, and you never really gave me an answer on that. But so you're saying that Mr. Maverick is his channel name. I'm gonna have to make sure I write that down and check that out as soon as possible, or as soon as I finish doing this. Mr. Maverick. Sorry for not talking exactly right now, but yeah. So, well, that's exactly. I agree with you, Maurice. I wonder where he went. He kind of like disappeared. Well, again, going back into what I'm saying about here on YouTube, because I won't blame it on the pandemic. I just think that a lot of people just kind of just went away. They went towards going and doing Instagram stuff and doing yeah, I think it's Instagram calls their stuff reels, and YouTube or yeah, Instagram's doing reels and TikTok is doing their own TikToky thing. I think a lot of people have left the platform and hopefully not for good, but I've noticed that just the platform as a whole has been taken over. I don't know if you guys remember the before when YouTube or not YouTube when Facebook used to be just family and friends go and post their things, and now it turned into like some kind of crazy multimedia entity that's taken over everything. Everybody's advertising on it, and this and that and selling and that. I think that is what unfortunately is happening with YouTube, is that everybody's focused so much more on trying to sell stuff and all that kind of stuff that people just not paying attention to all the things that made Facebook, or even in this case YouTube, what it does. I do notice that, Maurice. You might have not, but see, this is what I was saying even about Jesus Christ. My memory is just not doing that well today. But Kevin, excuse me. Kevin was on here, but I don't see him really posting much. So it's like I don't know how I could reach out to him without, you know, going and making a comment on a video or whatever the case might be. Unfortunately, as you guys do or do not know, YouTube doesn't have like a instant chat or a messenger type thing where you can actually like, talk to people. So unfortunately, you can't really reach out that way as well. And I agree with you, dear Jennifer, that yeah, people have the attention span of a toddler. Like it's really, really, really small. So before, like I said, you could go and put out a half an hour video, and people will watch at least, if not the whole half an hour, they'll watch 20 to 25 minutes and be happy. For me, I would love to get that kind of attention. I doubt I'll make anything interesting enough for somebody to sit there and watch that for 25, 30 minutes. But, this is why I love live streaming. I could talk here for live streaming for a bit as long as I have a nice drink like I do. That is a monster, by the way, in case you're wondering what I'm drinking. Uh, long day at work, you gotta drink something but that's gonna give you a little boost of energy. But anyways, back away from the drink. Yeah, our people's attention span has gone, and I unfortunately think that this hopefully is not the demise of YouTube, but I think that YouTube is changing in a way that is going away from what we used to guys know as YouTube, and is really trying to make themselves like almost like a YouTube version of TikTok or a YouTube version of Instagram, and I think that's basically might kill the platform. Can it come back? Possibly, probably, but things have changed. I still love YouTube. I still love creating content for it. I will still continue as long as it's uh, uh, still the same way it is. But unfortunately, I think things are really going the other direction. So as long as I got my live streams and you guys are gonna participate in them, I hope that you guys do and continue to. Uh, but as I said, back into the wrestling thing, I'm really hoping that they try to hire back some of these guys when it comes to WWE. I hope AEW tries to trim some of the fat, because again, they are trying to scoop up all the fat that WWE trims, and I hope that Impact starts to build up themselves some kind of uh, a roster. Because again, while you have AEW and WWE just full and plethora of great wrestlers, you got Impact that I would say they have 15. I would say 15 scheduled all the time wrestlers, and you don't see anybody else. And unfortunately, because they have ties with New Japan Wrestling and AEW, and unfortunately not WWE, they kind of only get a certain amount of different wrestlers. Then they just from last week there were, I don't know if you guys have seen it, probably not. If you're watching, hopefully you guys do a little bit of wrestling. They just got rid of Christian Cage because of him not being the champion anymore. I don't know if he's going right back to AEW or they're going to keep him back in Impact. But again, because of all these things happening, I don't know what in particular that they're going with. Trust me, Maurice. Wrestling is doing great. It's just that, like I was saying, it's going in so many. Oh, Eric, he's. I believe if you're talking about the same guy, that the Rick Boogs guy, I think he's really trying to bring himself up. Yeah, unfortunately, like things are so again with WWE, it's so locked into what they're trying to do. They don't really, broaden their horizons. They don't really give new people a chance. And the only place that you can get a chance is in NXT, and even NXT, they've cut so many people that this kind of leaves you there watching and not knowing what exactly they plan on, or what direction they're actually planning on going with anything right now. And that's where for me as a big time wrestling fan, I'm kind of like, okay, what are they doing, and where are they trying to go with this, and how much longer personally am I going to be watching this? Because again, I don't want to waste, say, an hour to an hour and a half of my time or more every week watching the same things recycled over and over and over again. It kind of that is kind of wrestling in a pod, but again, when you have an idea, you kind of bring everybody in on that idea. When you're only seeing the same, say, 2 to 3 or 4 wrestlers all the time, over and over and over again. Say, for example, Charlotte Flair wrestles over and over and over again, and I don't know where exactly they are going with everything. Well, exactly, Jennifer. Wrestling without crowds was pretty boring, and them bringing back crowds and everything, that really brought life back into wrestling. And when am I going to have a second kid? I don't know, there, Troy. Second kid means that there's going to be less time for things like live streaming and stuff like that. But you know, right now, me and Jennifer is pretty okay with what we got. As far as I know, she might feel differently, but as far as I know, we are okay with our one son, one child, and that is where we are at right now when it comes to that. See, I do like New Day as well, there, Maurice. You know, unfortunately, with Big E and him going and doing his own thing, I don't know why they wanted to separate them, but hey, you know, Big E, he was somebody that deserved to be a big time star. Anyways, I'm glad to see that he's actually finally getting to do that, and hopefully he takes the reins on this and goes as long as possible. It's going to be very interesting to see him go against Roman Reigns when it comes to a Survivor Series. But again, it's that's pretty much, I'll say, that whole new way of them doing Survivor Series is basically the only thing that's really surprising me that I like about what they are doing right now is the aspect of whatever brand going against whatever brand and fight for all. That's the sense of surviving that I get, and I think they're doing it for the ability to just give themselves a creative break and just throwing a whole bunch of things together. So nobody loses a belt, nobody loses a thing, but you get to see a champion against a champion. It's almost like Night of Champions. I don't know if you guys know anything about the pay per view Night of Champions. I see Night of Champions without anybody actually having the ability to lose a belt. No, no forehead sweat. Every question comes to me, I will answer them, and I have no problem answering them. As long as they are related to mostly what we are trying to talk about. But yes, yes, Survivor Series is coming. I can't remember what exactly the date is. You could tell that I really didn't prepare for this live stream tonight too well. But yeah, it's coming. I think if not next weekend, it'll be the weekend after, because I don't believe that they're trying to go towards the 28th. So they are really trying to mash up even their pay per views for NXT. I don't think they're even making pay per views anymore. I think their pay per views are running on their regular TV programming, which is again different for me. I don't understand what's the background on that, but a lot of things that these guys are doing, I don't get it. Troy, take care, buddy. I hope that you are going to do well. I hope to see you next week. Make sure you check out the community section. I'm always going to put up different ideas for what we're going to be talking about. So check out the community section. But yeah, it's I really want to see something better come out. Thank you, Jennifer. The 21st. I knew it had to be, if not the 21st, it would be the 28th, but I know that it has to be one of the last couple Sundays before November is over. So, I'm really hoping that, they could really do something. See, that's exactly, Maurice. I tell you that that would be the easiest way to really, again, in 60 seconds, let's just put it like this. In 60 seconds, you could convey all you need to say. And that's kind of, I don't want to kill the YouTube platform, but in the 60 seconds you can convey exactly what you're trying to say, unless you are really trying to, take people through a whole bunch of things, or you're doing like a real big long vlog. You could really say whatever you got to say in 60 seconds and be out. Like, for example, like I said, for me right now, I am doing a lot of shorts, just doing certain exercises, 15 seconds, 20 seconds the most. You'll know what kind of exercise I'm doing. Bam, hit some music, we're good. And like I said, for some people that'd be great. For other people that wouldn't be great. But again, it's conveying exactly what I'm trying to show. It's hitting the message. It's explaining what I'm trying to do, and it's done. Uh, I could go into say recording a video, putting it onto a program, whether it be Adobe Premiere Pro or whatever the case might be, whatever whoever is using for making their videos. And it'll take a good, say, 20, 15, or 15, 20, half an hour to do all that stuff, edit it, put it on. And again, while you could take the same shorts or TikTok or whatever else and be finished within, say, 5 minutes. So again, I hope that things will change, and we kind of can find. This is why I'm trying to say I'm trying to find that median between the two. And it's becoming harder and harder, because again, you want to, even though you're going to try to make, say, a 4, 5, 6 minute video, you don't want it to drag. And I've noticed, and I've bugged my girlfriend about it a lot, that there you could see. I don't know if you pay attention to the analytics there, Maurice, yourself, but you could see where people drop off or stop watching. And you don't want to make yourself a 10-minute video and then say you're even conveying something or saying something that you want people to actually pay attention to, whether it be, I'm not saying that you're selling something, but say you're trying to sell something, you put it at the end of the video and people cut off 3 quarters before you even get to that part where you try to sell something. It kind of kills the purpose of what you're trying to do. So that's why you have noticed a lot of people nowadays kind of say that subscribe thing in the beginning of the video, because they want people to do that in the beginning. But for some people, they'll get pretty annoyed by that, because again, they don't want to see all that. They want you to get to the point. So trying to find that middle ground between the two is really becoming more and more hectic as time goes along. And I'm really hoping that at some point we could get that that sweet spot. I'm really hoping that that will be at some point soon. And I really think that could be happening. So right now, since I'm so far off a topic, I well, before I go out, cut things off. Yes, that I don't know if you've seen yourself, Maurice, that whole milk crate challenge and all these different things. The things that people are really doing to get attention is kind of crazy as well. And I ain't going any in that direction either, because again, it's stupid. And one thing I can't stand is things that are stupid. So we'll leave that one where it's at. But there's stupid things that people have done and are still trying to do that don't need to be done. And I really hope that people stop doing it. But as I said, I'm gonna cut this thing off right now, or as I'm saying my goodbyes. We are at our 40-minute mark. I'm gonna try to make sure that I try to have more to say and have better conversations more in the future. Like I said, make sure you check out the community page of the of my channel, so we'll know exactly what the topics are. I have one idea for a video: top 50 or 20 to 50 channels. That would be a great idea if you could manage to. Especially, I don't know if you noticed that there's some people that do lots of shout out videos, and they are able to like smack pack different people's channels and pages. If you could do that and manage to get it within, say, again, 4 minutes, 4 minutes, I think you could get a whole, especially if you get enough people interested in seeing themselves in that thing, you could pull it off, and you don't even have to show yourself on screen. That's the thing about when you're doing a lot of shout out things. You could pretty much just do a voiceover and put out the shout outs, and then bam, there's your video. And like I said, you are one of the biggest, I'll say, supporters out there when it comes to people on YouTube. You don't get as much credit as I think you really should there, Maurice. Very, very good kind of person. And if you're watching this on the after the math of this live stream, pay attention to Maurice because again, this guy's is a great guy. Subscribe to the channel, even though he might not have, but he's as he's saying, he's putting out a video. And when again, if we could grow this community as much as we can, that is the goal on everybody's mind. So again, I hope that everybody's doing well. Make sure you check the community section for the next poll on next week's video. As far as I know, it's going to be great. I hope that everybody has a good night and take care of yourself and each other. Peace.